Hey everyone, and welcome to another video of Certified Potterheads, where we dive deep into the magical world of Harry Potter. The wizarding world of Harry Potter is filled with magic, mystery, and endless layers of storytelling. Over the years, fans have developed countless theories, some wild, others surprisingly logical. While many can be debated, a select few have resonated so strongly with the fan base that they almost feel like canon. These are the theories that fans mostly agree on. Ones with very few holes, or that are so inconsequential and fun that it's easier to roll with them than argue against them. Today, we're going to explore 7 fan theories that fit this exact description. Lighthearted, logical, and just plain fascinating. Let's dive in. 1. Moodys Motive. Do you remember the moment when Mad-Eye Moody shows Harry a photo of the original Order of the Phoenix? It happens at number 12. Grimmauld Place, the Order's headquarters. At first glance, this scene seems pretty straightforward. Moody is showing Harry the photo because he thinks Harry might find it interesting. But what if there's more to it? This was a time when Harry was desperate to join the fight against Voldemort. He was eager to contribute, maybe even a little reckless in his determination. Moody, being the battle-hardened veteran he is, might have had a hidden motive. By showing Harry the photo and detailing how many of the people in it had suffered tragic fates, Moody might have been trying to teach Harry a lesson. Think about it. Moody goes out of his way to point out how each person met their end, from Benji Fenwick, who was found in bits, to the Longbottoms, who were tortured into madness. Harry's reaction shows how deeply this affected him. He felt disturbed, shaken, and even a little angry. Perhaps Moody's goal was to remind Harry of the harsh realities of war, of the sacrifices it demands. It wasn't just a photo, it was a lesson. 2. Professor Lupin's briefcase. When Remus Lupin becomes the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor during Harry's 3rd year, he's in his early 30s. But there's something curious about his first appearance on the Hogwarts Express, his briefcase. Hermione spots it immediately. She points out the words stamped on it. Professor RJ Lupin. What's odd is that the letters are peeling, suggesting the stamp is quite old. But how could that be, when this was his first year as a professor? Here's the theory. James Potter, Lupin's best friend, gave him the briefcase years earlier. James was incredibly supportive of Lupin, both emotionally and financially. It's possible that during their time at Hogwarts, Lupin confided his dream of becoming a professor. And being the thoughtful friend he was, James gifted him the briefcase as a symbol of hope, complete with the label, Professor RJ Lupin. This theory adds a beautiful layer to their friendship. A reminder of how much James believed in Lupin, even when the world didn't. 3. Molly Weasley's kindness. Let's go back to the very first book, when Harry arrives at King's Cross Station. There's a curious exchange between Molly Weasley and her children. She asks, "What's the platform number?" Now, considering she had already sent 5 children to Hogwarts and had attended the school herself, this question seems unnecessary. So why does she ask it? The answer lies in Molly's compassionate nature. She likely noticed Harry, a young, nervous boy standing alone with a trolley and an owl, looking completely lost. By loudly asking about the platform number, she was subtly signaling to Harry that he could follow her family. This small act of kindness set the tone for Molly's role in Harry's life. From that moment onward, she became a mother figure to him, a source of warmth, guidance, and love. Without this explanation, her question seems odd. But with it, it becomes a touching moment that showcases her innate kindness. 4. Krook Shanks' secret past. Krook Shanks has always been more than your average pet. Hermione adopts him during her 3rd year at Hogwarts, and right from the beginning, we notice how intelligent he is. Unlike most cats, Krook Shanks seems to know who Sirius Black really is, and not just because he's a dog. He instantly recognizes Scabbers as Peter Pettigrew, chasing him relentlessly, and even helps Sirius capture him later. But how did Krook Shanks develop this kind of awareness? Fans believe it could be because he once belonged to Lily Potter. Let's unpack this theory. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, we see a letter from Lily to Sirius where she mentions a cat. The letter doesn't name the cat, but it describes how baby Harry nearly killed it with his toy broomstick. This matches the timeline. Krook Shanks is already mature when Hermione adopts him, and the magical menagerie owner says he had been waiting for a home for a long time. What's more, Krook Shanks has a peculiar attitude towards people connected to the Marauders. He warms up to Sirius almost immediately, and his hatred for Scabbers is too specific to be coincidental. If he was Lily's cat, he might have picked up on Pettigrew's treachery, or sensed his animagus form even before the betrayal. It's a touching thought. Krook Shanks might have been keeping watch over Harry all along, quietly protecting the son of his former owner. 5. The Traveler and Aragog. Hagrid's love for magical creatures is one of his defining traits, but his attachment to Aragog has always raised a few questions. In the Chamber of Secrets, we learn that Hagrid received Aragog from a mysterious traveler. But who was this traveler? Many fans believe it was Newt Scamander. Let's consider the timeline. By the 1940s, Newt was still traveling extensively, collecting and studying magical creatures. However, he had strong ties to Hogwarts, where his love for magical creatures was nurtured. It's entirely plausible that Newt crossed paths with a young Hagrid during his travels. Recognizing Hagrid's natural affinity for magical creatures, Newt might have gifted him Aragog as an egg, trusting that the half-giant would raise him with care. There's also a deeper connection here. Newt's own life was shaped by his passion for creatures that others feared. He would have understood Hagrid's struggle to prove that even the most misunderstood beings deserve love. This theory not only explains how Hagrid came to own Aragog, but also ties the two beloved characters together in a meaningful way, highlighting their shared values. 6. The Marauders Map's magic. The Marauders Map is easily one of the coolest magical artifacts in the Harry Potter universe. Created by James, Sirius, Remus, and Peter, it's more than just a map. It's a symbol of their friendship and ingenuity. But what happens to the map after the Marauders are gone? Some fans believe the map is magically tied to its creators, and its function depends on their presence in the world. When the last Marauder, Remus Lupin, dies in the Battle of Hogwarts, the magic of the map might have faded with him. This theory adds a poignant layer to the map's story. It wasn't just a tool. It was a living reminder of the Marauders' bond. Think about it. The map only activates when someone says the phrase, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good," a line that perfectly captures the Marauders' mischievous spirit. If the map truly reflected their essence, it makes sense that it would stop working once they were all gone. It's a bittersweet thought, but also fitting. A final farewell to the four friends who left such a lasting mark on Hogwarts. 7. Umbridge's transformation. Dolores Umbridge is without a doubt one of the most despised characters in the Harry Potter series. Her cruelty, prejudice, and obsession with power make her unbearable. But why is she the way she is? This theory suggests that her experience with the centaurs in the Forbidden Forest was a turning point. When Hermione leads Umbridge into the forest in Order of the Phoenix, we see her terrified as she's dragged away by the centaurs. While we don't know exactly what happens to her, it's clear that the event traumatized her deeply. Now, Umbridge was already an awful person before this, but her behavior in the Deathly Hallows seems even more extreme. She's not just enforcing the Ministry's anti-Muggle-born policies, she's reveling in it. Some fans believe her time with the centaurs intensified her hatred for those she deemed inferior. In her twisted mind, she might have blamed Hermione and the centaurs for humiliating her, fueling her already bigoted views. There's also the fact that she's wearing Slytherin's locket during this time. The locket's dark magic likely amplified her worst traits, pushing her prejudice and cruelty to new heights. This theory doesn't excuse her actions, but it does provide insight into her psyche, showing how trauma and hatred can feed into one another. That's it for today's theories. What do you think? Do these theories hold up, or do you see some flaws in them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like this video, it motivates me to make another one. Thank you, see you in next video.